Alright, so this video will go over how to graph on the TI-84. So first thing you always want to do, if you're graphing, go to the y equals button right up here. And then you have all these, so each one you can put a different function or graph in. I'll just start with a quadratic, so we'll do x, this is the x button, squared plus 3. We'll start with a simple quadratic. Then to see it, you can go to graph, and there's our function. Now, you always want to check, if you can't see it, your window settings, which is right here next to the y equals to the right. This tells you what you're seeing. So for instance, our graph here goes -10 on the x, 10, and then -10 on the y to 10. So when you're looking at this, if you can't see a graph, maybe the window's not right, so you could change this. So let's change it. Instead of having our x min at -10, let's do -20. -20. And then we'll keep the x max the same. This x scale right here, that is just how much each line counts by. So ones is fine. X min, let's change it to 0 because we want to see higher maybe. And we'll change the x max to 20. Alright, x scale 1. These aren't really too, you don't really need to worry about this. For your trace step, maybe you want to put it up, but alright, now let's look at our graph. So if you notice, right, we changed our x min to -20 and our y min to 0 and then y max to 20, so we see higher on the graph. If you want to reset it, you could just go back and just re-put in -10, -10, and then 10. And then we're back to normal. Alright, now, if you want to see actual points, you can go to the table, which is, if you notice the table's in blue, so that means to get to it over the graph, we would do blue, which is the second button, and then click it. Now these are all our points, so when we plug in x is 0, we get y is 3, x is 1, y is 4, x is 2, y is 7, and so on. So those are our points. If we're plotting a graph, I would use the table. I wouldn't use the actual graph, but you can use it to check to see if it looks similar. Now let's get to the actual features. So in the graph, there's a couple things that we can do. One of the things is we can, find the actual maximum or minimum value. So this is a parabola, so it has either a max or min value. This one's going to be a minimum. So if we go to trace right here, but we want to go second, calc, and there's all these options here. So this is an integral, don't worry about that. Derivative, don't worry about that. Intersect, we can worry about later, I'll talk about that later. Maximum, minimum, 0, and value. So let's try minimum, because we have a minimum in this one, because it loops down like that. So let's press enter here. And now we have our graph. Now, notice it says left bound. That means we have to go left of our minimum. So move the cursor left of the minimum. There, it's left. Press enter. You'll get a line that shows that we're left of the minimum. Then it says right bound. So we have to go to the right of the minimum. Our minimum's here. We're right of it. Okay, perfect. Press enter. And then guess. You want to guess where the minimum is. Right there. Let's guess right here. Then it tells you right here. Our minimum is at 0, 3. So coordinate 0, 3 makes sense because we shifted it up 3 units. Alright. Now another thing with quadratics, I'm actually going to change this one to, let's go -3 instead of +3. So now, remember, where it crosses the x-axis, that's the zeros. So now we can look at the zeros and be like, alright, let's find those. So we got a 0 here and here. Again, second, trace, That brings us to calc because that's in the blue. Now we want our zeros. Alright, so click the 0 button. Left bound. I want to find this left 0 first. So to go left of it, let's go up here. Alright, we're left. Then right bound. I want to go right of it. Our 0's here. Right of it. Guess. I'm going to guess right about there. Alright, so our 0 is... Whoops. Let me do that again quick. 0, left bound, right of it, and then guess. Alright, so our 0 is negative 1.732051. So it's a irrational 0, irrational root, which is okay. Now, since this is symmetrical, I'm going to guess that the other one to the right is 1.732051. Going on forever. Let's just check. Again, second trace brings us to calc. We want the 0, which is where it crosses the x-axis. Left bound would be about here. That works. Right bound, we can go here. As long as you're left and right, doesn't matter where. And then our guess right here. And I was right, so it's 1.73205508. Perfect. Alright. Now let's say we had a line going through as well. So let's say we had also 2x. Graph this. Oh, we see that 2x goes through this point and this point on the parabola. So what we can do is actually use the intersect button to find out where that is. That's helpful when it asks for the solution. So second calc. Now we can use intersect button to find where they intersect. So first curve. That just means, okay, we're on the parabola now. Okay. Second curve. Are we on the line now? Yeah, we are. Guess. To move along, press left and right. Up and down moves along the curves. So guess, I'm going to guess right there for that one. Intersection, -1, -2. So at -1, -2, the parabola and the line intersect. We could check that in the table as well. -1, both values are -2, so we're good. Alright, now let's go back, because we had another one. We want to find out this point here. No. Again, second trace, which brings us to calc. Intersect right there, number 5. First curve. First curve, we're on the parabola. Okay, second curve. Now we're on the line. Guess. It's about there. 3, 6. So now we can check. Alright, let's check. Second table. 3, 6. Perfect. Alright. Let's see, is there anything else in this? Oh, I guess if you want to, for the graphs, there's one more kind of important thing. If you go to second calc again, there's another. So we have 0, we hit min or max, depending on what your graph is like. Intersect. Don't worry about 6 and 7. But value here. You can actually put in an x value, and it'll give you your y value. So let's say we wanted, what's our value when x is 8? Enter. Oh, 61. But you can also just go to the table for that as well. So either of that works. And then there is, that's about it with graphing. The thing that sucks with these calculators is you have to get, when you're graphing, you have to get y equals something, or f of x equals something. You can't do like 2x plus 2 equals 2y minus 3. You have to get the f of x or the function, right, g of x, whatever, or y alone in order to graph it, similar to this. So, alright, that's first video.